The Airline ladder. Basic economy, $89. The cheapest seat with a number attached to it. You book it because the flight is the flight, and a seat is a seat. And you tell
With a boarding pass, you ask the gate agent if there's any way to move up. She doesn't look up from her screen. That would require a fee. You already paid the fee. This is a different fee. There's always a different fee. You board last. You deplane last. The flight attendant's smile is real for the first 11 rows and thins out by row 22. Not cold, just tired. Trained to conserve warmth for people who might complain to someone who matters. You're not that person. You're a seat number in a spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet doesn't budge for you. Level 2, standard economy, $240. You get an overhead bin now, sometimes. You get a seat you picked instead of one they picked for you. It doesn't feel like progress. It feels like the bare minimum finally showing up late. The seat back in front of you reclines into your knees, and there's nothing you can do about it because you paid economy. And economy means you absorb what the person in front of you decides to do with their 4 inches. You ask for a blanket. The flight attendant says they ran out around row 15. You're row 31. Your flight gets delayed 2 hours. You stand at the counter while the agent tells you there's nothing available until tomorrow. Then a man in a suit walks up, says 3 words to a different agent, and gets rebooked on the next flight out. You didn't hear what he said. You didn't need to. You already know. It wasn't about the delay. It was about who he was before he ever got in line. Level 3, preferred seating. You've flown enough now that the airline's app remembers you. Silver status, not gold.
not platinum. The bottom rung of a ladder you didn't know existed until you were already on it. The seat map opens and a few rows glow blue, available to you now. 3 extra inches you didn't have last year. The gate agent scans your boarding pass and says, "Thank you for your loyalty," in a tone that means the system flagged something, not that she remembers your face. You board in group 4 now, instead of group 9. Small mercy. You still watch business class walk past you into a curtain you've never seen behind. You wonder what's on the other side of it. You'll find out eventually. Not yet. Level 4, Premium Economy, Gold Status. The line for security has a sign now with your name on it. Not literally, but a lane that says priority, and you finally qualify. You board with Group 2. Someone hangs your coat. You get a real glass instead of a plastic cup. The flight attendant learns your name from the manifest and uses it once, unprompted. It shouldn't matter. It does. Somewhere in the last year, without noticing, you stopped being cargo and became a customer. Not a valued one yet, just one worth remembering for the length of one flight. A delay hits again, same as before, but this time an agent finds you before you find her. "We've got you rebooked, Mr. Reyes. Same day, better seat." Nobody said your name at basic economy. Everyone says it now. The airline didn't get nicer. You got more expensive. Level 5, business class, platinum. You walk into the lounge before your flight, and someone opens the door for you before you touch it. There's a bar. There's a shower. There's a woman at a desk who prints your boarding pass before you ask, because the system already told her you were coming. You board first, before even the wheelchairs, and the flight attendant asks what you'd like to drink before the plane leaves the gate. Real glass, real ice, warm nuts in a real bowl. You lean back into a seat that turns into a bed, and you remember, briefly, the middle seat with the broken recline that used to be your whole experience of flying. It doesn't feel like the same industry. A storm cancels half the flights on the board. Yours isn't one of them. Somehow, platinum weather is calmer than everyone else's. Level 6, first class. The airline stops thinking of you as a passenger and starts thinking of you as a relationship.
A car meets you at the curb. No request needed, because the system already scheduled it. You skip security lines you didn't know had a skip option. A single attendant is assigned to 8 seats, and yours is one of the 8. She learns you take your coffee black before you order it twice. Not because she memorized it, because someone wrote it down the last time, and the system followed you here. Your bag is the first one on the carousel. Nobody explains why. Nobody needs to. You're no longer flying the airline. The airline is flying you. Level 7, private charter. You don't go to the airport. The airport comes to you. Or close enough. A private terminal with your name on a screen and a single agent who exists for you and 3 other people that day. No security line, no boarding group, no group at all. You walk from your car to your seat in under 6 minutes. The pilot introduces himself personally.
He tells you the flight time, the weather, asks if you'd like to leave 10 minutes early since you're already here. Nobody asks the plane to wait for a full flight of strangers. The plane waits for you. That's the whole business model now, waiting for you specifically. You realize somewhere over the clouds that every frustration from level 1...
Executives to ask what would make your next flight better before you thought to complain. There's no delay that touches you, because delays are a function of shared schedules, and you no longer share anything. The weather that grounds economy doesn't ground you. The gate that closes on a stranger stays open for you, because you decide when it opens. You're not a passenger anymore. You're not even a customer. You're the reason the airline built the 7th level to begin with, so that people at level 1 could look up and imagine you existed, and keep buying tickets, hoping to become you. Somewhere right now, someone is standing in Group 9, watching the line shrink in front of them. They just found out there's no overhead space left. They tag their bag at the door and wait for it below, wondering why the airline that took their money doesn't seem to know they exist. They don't know yet that the plane isn't broken. The plane is working exactly the way it was built to. You are the same person in every seat. The airline just decides who you are based on the letter printed next to your name. The plane doesn't change at every level. The plane reveals what it always was.